Alright, I've waited long enough. Let's get this party started. I sense interesting things up ahead. Okay, and we're all good. Alright. I've talked to everybody here aside from Aldeus, which has the next quest. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. Yeah. There he is. On the next aisle over. Metron is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopspace Eros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Oh no. Oh no. This appears to be the teleporter for Mesopsis Eros. Let's go. Mesopsis Eros is interesting in that it is the only region in Elpis which lacks a researcher hub. This is largely due to the nature of its observation sites, within which they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly and dangerous. I have also heard tell that the area is kept deliberately sparse in the events that, well, let us just say that no one should live near the teleporter which provides access to a certain facility. What? You expect me to praise you in your progress? On the contrary, I'm simply surprised you made it this far. Then again, even with you slowing her down, there is no denying that Venat is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched, and her achievements in creation magics, in any field frankly, are nothing short of extraordinary. Though the singular brilliance which sets her apart can make her motives somewhat impenetrable at times, as her student and successor puts it, she is a force of nature, at once so close, and at the same time so very distant. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Lily, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Lily can handle them. She did survive a bout with Venat, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. I say bring it on. Oh. Is that him? No. Huh, where are they? Maybe in the center? I did evade it after all. Oh. Not here. Aha! Lily, where did you come from? Lily, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythodeus and Emet company. An important matter, unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? Then yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Woo! Those are some spiky boys. Ba, 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 ba. Did they say anything else? What is that ghastly odor? I was prepared to swoop in if need be, but 'tis clear you have faced your fair share of monstrous opponents. You spoke with Hermes, then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. I can't speak for certain Convocation members, but I for one am impressed with your fortitude. Well done, indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emet who could recreate Amarad in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it on our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone. Naive hope that is. Why am I always so forward-thinking? I simply wish to enjoy all that life has to offer. Hermes said he would not be long, yes? Then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity. If one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us. Who you are and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction, and none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter. On the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the self-same negative emotions. Elsewise, it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without a Theris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
Oh.
I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteon. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
What's happening to it?
Steady, Meteon. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why? Why do we? They hurt.
Oh!
Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
Oh!
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right?
Is it because of the Meteons?
In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteon also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down.
Sure.
Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
I'll be honest, I had my suspicions that something was up with them, but I'm starting to think they were the catalyst for everything. Whether they wanted to it or no. Okay. Oof. You calm your mind, your senses questing for any hint of Meteon's presence. But you fail to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. Down here maybe? Oh, like... Gotta say, this doesn't bode good. Oop. You calm your mind, your senses questing for any hint of Meteon's presence. It seeps into my mind. Our voices. Reporting. No, no! Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run. To hide. Meteon's anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. Alright. Her sisters must have found something terrible and now it's on its way here, maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing. He's trying to catch even the faintest whisper, but failed to hear Meteon's voice. She must be elsewhere. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh, no, no, we can't tell them that. We must run. Run far away. There she goes. Please, don't follow me. Meteon's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Hi, Mia. Give him the good scratch. Yeah. No, okay. Go around. Oh, you want up? Come here, Mia. Up you go. I got Cat. She's precious. Hi, Mia. Screech, screech, screech. Is this where she is? You strain to catch even the faintest whisper, but fail to hear Meteon's voice. She must be elsewhere. Okay. Hi, Mia. She's a good girl. Oh. There's Emmett. No. Ugh, this is an exercise in futility. You have to be the one to find her, Lily. Follow her voice. Not here. No, Mia. Don't go on the desk, honey. Get down. Ah, jeez. Lie down. How? How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? Why we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Meteon's anguished voice drifts away to the south. Drifts away to the south, I should say. Come on, Mia, just settle down. Good girl. There, that's better, isn't it? There. Over here. No, I don't want you up on the desk, honey. Here. Flop you like that. There. There we go. There. Good girl. It's not here. Oops. Here, maybe? Ah, here we go. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Aetheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Lily, you mustn't listen. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Medon's anguished voice flees towards the lake. Any sign of Meteon? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? The Metea are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which has disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the Metea's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteon we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Indeed. A frantic search will avail us little. We must be clever about this. 'Tis a shame there is no registered concept we could use to create another Meteon, assuming of course we could link her to the shared mind. But no, if it were a viable solution, Hermes would have surely suggested it. In the final days, Aether is twisted by the invasion of dynamis from beyond the star. Its progress intensified by feelings of fear and despair and anguish. Nay, I like not the picture which emerges with these latest pieces. Oh, my dear Meteon, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? My apologies, we should focus on the task at hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteon renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of aether? Much how Emmet Silk solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. I can only channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Lily will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteon's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easier to recapture by fleeing towards Lithe. Assuming she is made invisible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Lily and Emmett Selk will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Meteon's avenues of escape. Emmett Selk and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems that we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteon and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, no, Mia? Meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Okay, no. You're gonna hop down. Ooh. You alright? She almost knocked my headset off. Okay. Is it here? You calm your mind. Your senses question for any hint of Meteon's presence. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide. Yes. I'll just have to hide, then, or no one can find me. Meteon's anguished voice heads towards the water's edge. She went into the lake, as if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that opens expanse should make her easier to find. We won't lose her this time. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Oop. Hang on. Don't even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. Just jumping over the falls, yep. That's how it's done. That is how we do things. Not here. I'm not here. Please. By the rug, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? We will hear your report, good or bad. Lily? What are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. Stay away. I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It'll break him. His poor, fragile heart. Oh. Hey, Red. Questing is good. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. After her. Thank you. What does Emmett have to say? Keep out for Medion. Hythlodeus and I will coordinate our movements. Okay, so he can sprint too. Okay. I'll know that for later. Behind the tree, maybe? Oh, there's a thing there. I want to see what this is about. Cause lore. This teleporter not in use? It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Meteon's essence. We move on. This must be it. There, I see her.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Will do.
Please, Mission. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence.
This isn't good.
Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
Oof.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter.
Oof.
Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteon?
I tasked her with asking what others live for, what gives their lives meaning.
And this is the catalyst.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteon finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteon, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteon back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteon. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteon, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
There he goes.
You fool!
Huh. I sense a trial imminent. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when the creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. If all Hermes means to do is listen to Meteon's report, then it is right to do so. But once he receives the answers to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment, and we must be there when he makes it. Do you understand why Hermes would do this? His logic escapes me entirely. Hermes has headed to Tissus. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point of the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him! No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteon is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty is to safeguard the star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Venat, Lily? 'Tis clear we stand on the precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteon is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase, and even if neither Hermes nor Meteon is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Tissus, Hyperborea we go. Thanks for the transport. Judging from the ground, something is afoot. I mislike the look of this. I was not out of the ordinary. Does anyone know what caused it? What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Tissus? Mistress Vanna, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what had prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Tissus put into a state of alert. Procedure indicated that we evacuate immediately. We have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes is doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Tissus scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes, and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best. Now, it's hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you will put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled? Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need to only make the most of your strengths. Now fill in the gaps as required. I was once Azam, after all. 'Twas my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. And you, Emet can impress us with your arcane majesty. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also channel that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Lily, so 'tis only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Meteon. Then we will face the future together. Yeah. Is this a trust? Huh. Huh. From the moment we met you, our visit has devolved into a never-ending series of complications and irritations. In spite of this, I have gained one useful thing, an awareness of dynamis. To think that power with the potential to corrupt ether had largely escaped our notice. Whether or not I believe your tale, the facts underpinning your narrative will be the source of much debate. So understand that I act not for the sake of you and your fantastical quest. My duty demands that I apprehend Meteon, and if that now means Hermes as well, then so be it. I say that Hermes was likely perched somewhere at the highest point of the facility, but reaching him will be no mean feat. But to put it simply, Tissus Hyperborea contains a multitude of vast spaces linked together at the seams, meaning the interior is far more massive than even this grand structure might otherwise suggest. But even a colossal facility filled top to bottom with savage creations will not stop you, not with Vanad and Emmett Selk at your side. And I will be there too, of course, cheering you on. Bleak as the contents of Meteon's report might be, many would hear it and remain content with their lives. But not Hermes. For him, the veneer of perfection has long been cracked, and it was to the distant heavens he looked for the means to repair it. I understand his anguish after a fashion. My own refusal to return is in opposition to the world's established order. Yet for me, the imperfections only enhance the fragile beauty of our star. I will fight to see it delivered from destruction, warts and all. Oops, nope. No. Alright. That is interesting. Alright, let's go in. Use them! Use them! I'm so excited. I saw this in the live letter, but oh my gosh, look at this place. Tissus Hyperborea. Let's go!
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
It seems he's determined to protect Meteon. A right bother this is going to be. Have you ever wondered whether your creation is a beneficial existence to this star? Wonder no more, for at Tissus Hyperborea, our mission is to determine the answer. From temperate plains to tropical jungles, from smoldering volcanoes to frozen fields. We put creation to the proof in a wide range of meticulously recreated environments. Will your creation be able to survive in the wider world, or will it threaten the survival of other species? The answers to such questions or more, our highly trained staff will uncover. And let's go! Have at it, guys! This music. I see that, Rake. Get out of there, guys. That way's blocked off. Let's go this way.
Out of my way.
I must say, I really like this dungeon so far.
Fly true.
Gives me a real Phantasy Star Online feel. And into the snowy biome. Here we go. Let's go. Go, 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 go!
Be gone. Out of my way.
Oh, damn it.
Have at you! Have a taste!
Okay. Wow. Oh. Oh, cool.
I'm not entirely useless. I see you opening.
Emma says, of course there's a cold zone. And of course we're going through it.
Have a taste!
Alright, first boss. Here we go. Let's get at it. Huh. Oh, okay. Frostbite and Seek. Oh. Oh. My fight or flight. Icicle.
I see you opening. I'm not entirely useless.
Right here.
Hope this works.
Fuck! Nice little buddy. What
I'm
you
not
doing?
entirely useless.
Icicle.
Have a taste.
Here should do, maybe? Maybe not. Oh.
Out of my way.
Have a taste.
It's fine.
I see you opening.
Fit here. There we go. Gotta say, that guy kind of looks like Aronso. Mask of Aiming? Oh, look at that. Neat. On to the next area. Whee! I'll use that. This one. it's this area.
I warn you,
Oh!
stay away!
Hermes, stop it! At least he has the courtesy to warn us.
Out of my way! Fly true.
No chest in here. Oh, there it is. Aiming! Re.
I see you opening.
Be gone!
I'm not entirely useless.
This is so fucking cool.
I see you opening.
Lore. According to Mistress Alyssa, her creation is based on the concept for a bipedal wolf, and indeed it is impressively manlike in its gait. It is also highly intelligent, as is evidenced by its ability to employ tools, while the gleam in its eyes give the impression that it comprehends our words. If this proves to be the case, it would be a shame that its throat isn't designed for speech. I must make mention of this in the next report. Are we going to be fighting a wolf, bipedal wolf, for the next boss here? Cause it kind of seems like that's going to be the case. He may have his flaws, but you can't fault his managerial
I see
prowess.
you opening.
Menagerie.
I see you opening.
Seriously? You want to discuss his candidacy now?
Have a taste.
Oh, that was the first boss. I think he looked more like a cat than a wolf, but whatever. I are so smart. SMRT.
Have a taste.
Okay. Coffer. Loot. Aiming! Ah! Oh. Goodness me, what manner of thinking is behind this? There's truly no accounting for taste. Alright, let's go.
Hope this works.
What the fuck?
I see you opening.
Oh.
Be gone!
That's a cone. Okay.
I see you opening.
Blue is the frost breath. Okay. Oh, it depends on the heads. Okay. Middle? Or sides? Or behind? Oh! Okay!
Be gone!
Interesting.
Have a taste.
We got spheres in the mix now.
I see you
Have at
opening.
you.
Here.
I see you opening.
Fly true.
Have a taste.
And frontal cone. Okay. Intimidation. Okay, so side. Ooh.
Dear me.
Okay. To the side.
Be gone! Fly true. Fly true.
Got it. Easy. Why all the aiming shit? God damn it. If its concept is submitted, I will be certain to reject it. They disapprove of it. And next area. Ooh, we're in the sky.
Not let you take Meteor. Not yet. Fly true.
Have a taste!
Whee!
Be gone!
I see you opening. I'm not entirely useless.
Have a taste!
There we go. Treasure. Please don't be aiming. Fuck. I'm upset. Whoa! Oh! Oh shit! Oh fuck, this is cool.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
I see you opening.
Oh.
Have at you!
Damn.
I'm not entirely useless.
Okay. The successful creation of migratory birds, which travel between continents with the seasons, came as a breath of fresh air to the long stagnant realm of flying life forms. In the end, it was a relatively simple thing to grant creatures the ability to navigate by celestial bodies. but this method lacked the precision needed to guide them to the same location each time, as would be vital to their survival. The breakthrough came in the form of magnetic fields, the use of which was discovered by the incumbent Fandaniel during his tenure as chief overseer of Elpis. A truly inspired idea that has brought lasting benefits to the star. Alright. Hop over here. Alright. Hermes.
So, it comes to this. I have no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
I honestly thought it was going to be the trial, but let's do this.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Lust and gale, gather to me! Ancient brand, unleash your power!
Have a taste.
Dancing winds, pierce my foes! Stars on high, all is rain!
Oh! Oh! Thought so. Oh shit! I didn't see that. Oh.
Out of my way! Streams of ether! Surge as one! Out of my way!
Okay, they shoot straight across. Okay. Oh, double.
Dancing winds, pierce my foes! Stars on high, war is rain! Even when transformed, but I am not finished yet.
Finish it off. Nice.
No! My power!
I'm sorry, Hermes. Maiming. Oh. Cacadius. Mickle works. I gotta have to take a look at that minion later. Because it looks like a snick. It looks like a noodle.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own.
I don't think this is good.
One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity.
Oh, it's happening.
They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die?
Oh,
Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
ah,
That is sophistry, and you know it.
he's
Perhaps
broken.
it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right? Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start.
Huh.
As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Kairos.
Memory reconfiguration
Oh.
system Kairos.
Oh, that thing! Holy shit!
Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk, of the Convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events, and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus. Meteion's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Go, Meteion. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteion!
That
Emmett's
is far
pissed.
enough, Hermes.
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with. Not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits. And no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Almost!
Damn it!
Oh. Very well then.
Oh,
You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. One remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Hi, Fidelius! Fire.
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos!
So in the end, Emmett fully trusted us with the future. But not.
I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet, I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence, and the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her, one which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmet Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
So, what now?
What indeed? Let us begin by ascertaining the situation at Catesis Hyperborea, where the others should still be. Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteion, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos's accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress as well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Venar about it when next we meet.
Yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteion did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, We shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Disturbing.
Let us rest. If only for a while. After all, you and I... Oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
Oh yes, I gotta check out this new companion I have. Where is it? There it is. Oh, look at him! He go here. Oh, look at him! Oh, look. Oh, he's so cute! Hey, hang on a second. Independent, okay. Snick. Are you feeling at all recovered? I understand that your exertions are more than purely physical, but resting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely he will create more entelechies. He poured much of himself into Meteon, and now that she and her sisters are gone, dissipated in his mind, the grief must be unbearable. He will blame himself. He will believe that. Had he never acknowledged his dissatisfaction with the world, then the Metia would have never been born to suffer and die. The offer to join the 14 will be a welcome distraction, and one day, hence, he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Van Daniel. NPC avatars. Cool. Lily, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emmett Selg and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. Propylion. Come back here. I'll come back here later and finish up the Aether Currents. And the quest? Thou must live, die, and know. Thou. Oh, that's what that is? Neat. Diana. Caduceus. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Venat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Yes, this is where we part ways.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
It looks like I dropped some frames earlier, but that's fine.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friend's memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future. Till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandania.
Their final days. Fanon.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
all wrong? Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept
Fuck.
this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation,
This is the
I
moment.
sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk.
Holy shit.
All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
Fuck!
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Fuck. Huh. This is a fucking fantastic journey. Oh my gosh. Yoshida! You mad motherfucker. This is great. Okay. Before I step out of the doors, I will do this. Shit. Hang on. I need to. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go to the inn. The inn. I need to go to the inn. Then I can change there. because I don't want to spoil anybody with the thing I have on my paladin set at the moment. But oh my gosh. That scene. Fuck. How long has it been? 10 years? More? A decade-long story. Okay, there we go. Now everything's safe. I'm just speechless. Fuck. Heidelin. So that means... Is Heidelin actually a primal? She might not be. But it... Shit. Hi, you two. Indeed. You have a knack for turning up exactly when needed, and this is no exception. Lily, impeccable timing as always. I've heard you were off to the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Pepharos? What is that? Is that a title? Oh, okay, it is the title. Okay. Though you and Kryl both have news to share, hers is perhaps the more urgent. So have you learned aught of more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worst. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain where and why of it, Alce and Elfina have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, but still but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Shola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the ethereal sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. An ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortunal to the people of Razad Han. Following the discussion, Vitra declared its support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good. But that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Elfino, Alisei, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital is hardly the safest place to begin with. And now... God damn it, Fortunal. The final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortunal. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the Ingling shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Lily. Please, you must help them. I'm on my way. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. As the heavens burn. Oh shit. Lily, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received a word from our troops on the Magna Glacies that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. Let's go. Earlier on the Magna Glacies. Fuck.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same room we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense. How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety. I can handle this, Pat. You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
Oh, he's so proud.
As you wish, my little lord.
I love those two. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, what are his abilities? Oh.
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded. Help is at hand.
Levier diagnosis. Prognosis.
Leave it to me.
Shit.
Those who can stand, come with me.
Calm yourself.
You're safe now. Easy now. Deep breaths.
Keep calm and carry on.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself, boy.
Astinian! Oh, hello. Oh!
But not hard enough!
Oh. Whew. Oh, the trial? I can't wait. Fuck.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Oh, fuck.
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
He's okay! Judas, let's go!
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid for once.
Attaboy!
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
There they go.
Of that I've no doubt.
Hey.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
Hey!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
It's the groupies.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never
Yeah, it looks like
abandon
catastrophe.
people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Yeah. Get some LSA? Yep. Okay, gotta review. For flare. AoE. AoE. Cure. Okay. Is there no way to break the chain of transformations? Oh boy.
I'm fine.
Not today.
I'm not done yet.
None to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
Oh.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
There we go. Fair play. Yeah.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
I chose not to LB because it said it was a line. So I was expecting like one last pull of mobs that I needed to like blast, but I guess not.
Look out!
Oh. She's injured, like in the introduction. Here I come. Oh, it's Graha.
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
He is pissed.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Sup? This is precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
Sup?
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Yeah!
Oh, a trio for the ages.
Let's go, groupies.
Just the beginning.
Oh, hello.
I had a feeling I'd find you here.
Estinian!
This
He's
should
the
be
Azure
last of the
Dragoon.
worst troublemakers. With me!
Here it is. Okay.
On your feet.
Sorry.
Leave the healing to me. I am in your debt.
Shit!
Where were we?
Yeah! Was he different in your playthrough, Neo? He stayed sword and board? Ah.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Hmm?
More of them.
Hmm. Oh, hi, Xenos. What are you doing here?
Xenos! Here!
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Okay, what do you want?
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust.
Oh, come on.
So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You.
Julius, calm.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Uh-oh.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
Julius. Easy boy.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
There's something to chew on, Xenos. I'll say throwing a bone.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish.
Take it.
Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, it is only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
It's to the end! He's Azure Dragoon. Be proud of your boy. Wow. Trying to load everything. Okay. It's been a while since we spoke. For some time I was not myself. Lucia and the others told me what happened that night, and about the events that took place while I was receiving treatment. It was only then I realized the lengths you and yours go to. I know I might never be able to repay you, but I'll be damned if I don't try. And most of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for everything you've done and continue to do so for the sake of my people. That the final days should manifest here too, after everything these people have suffered. It is a fate cruel beyond words. Nevertheless, with allies old and new at our side, there is yet reason to be hopeful. At the very least, I am glad our own members are accounted for. This is the contingent space of operations, I take it. We couldn't save them all, but if we'd arrived any later, it would have been a massacre. Things were looking bleak until you and the first turned up. Though there'll be time later to discuss your journey to the first, there is one thing I must ask. Did you perchance speak with our friends in the Crystarium? I did. Lena and Beck Lug both warned me against overexerting myself. Strange that they would express such similar sentiments, identical in fact, but their advice is duly noted. To see Xena standing there so uncaring and repentant, gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they wouldn't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. And I will crack that open. Oh! Oh shit! That's kind of cool, but I'm gonna do this for now, so I'm not having that helmet obscure my character's features. We still need to quiz you about your time on the first, if we were to get any more than a moment's respite.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We got this.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
That I shall.
Did you hear something just now?
Operate.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
What are you guys doing here? The storm.
May banish even the
Oh, Oriange, you're up to something.
and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
Sup?
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
What you got going there, Oriange?
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Oh, right, yeah.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Oh, my friend.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. But it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Oh.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star. So naturally, we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
These are the people you've been talking with this whole time, Fortuno.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydalin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
Livingway.
I, bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Puddingway, please!
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Making mockery of Urianger's speech. May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights.
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Yes, I shall. Puddingway, please!
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
He'll be fine. He lived through drowning, he can live through freezing.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I dare say Master Foshinol was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Hydalin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer to the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Is that no, I'll save that one for later. Whee. What a lovely sky. Not that I'm complaining, Ariane, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperids a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kryl tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? Time passes. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasa are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. Were an entity, though through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is to replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamics of the great expanse. Meteon, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she had been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. That our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteon. Make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteon and we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteon escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vanat, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vanat you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'll wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Meteon? The Vanat I know would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? You must find a means to reach Meteon. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon whatsoever she has made her nest. then communing with Heidelin must be by necessity come first. Did you and Master Montoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Arenvald and the other Echo-blessed allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Montoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the ethereal sea, built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Here. To the Rostra! To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events he witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Emerald calamity averted, in this lifetime at least. Too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Aetheris now. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Lamonis for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith that the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety, to what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. Master Montoya suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the ethereal sea. Of course, as a custodian of the anti-tower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand? After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Heidelin using the Elpis flowers. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume she has spent a vast amount of her power in the confirmation with Van Daniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The Rostra reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. Aww. Father has granted us the opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out. To the Rostra! Well, that was much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts in the Magna Glacies didn't go unnoticed. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives. But it's like we discussed at the Great Work. When faced with the harsh realities in life, some seek the release of death. Others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. 'Twas Heidelin's commandment that in the event Zodiac should perish, the Loporits were to deliver the people of Theros from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist in their efforts to reach Meteon, we would do well to heed their counsel. Alright. To the Rostra! The forum is in session, and as such, the rostro is closed to visitors. A sign of the seventh dawn? Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Fine, fine. Ooh. I must be trying to load a lot. Unless... Okay, never mind. But... I was supposed to go around, I realized.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzadhan. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Han was foremost among these. But since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on two conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfina. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! 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 We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
That's a lot of hands. Will it be enough?
"71 in favor, 28 against. The
Yeah.
ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Whew. Rest assured, I have every intention of honoring the Forum's decision. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the Forum's plans. There may have been clues here and there, had I been of a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibly only serves to further wound my pride. Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. Even now, the whole idea seems positively absurd when spoken aloud. Of late, I have seen no sign of the Loporrits. As being said their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Charlian, the potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. Perhaps if Midgard's armor were still alive, in the traditional sense that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speeds. Then again, there's no guarantee this contribution would make enough of a difference to matter. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on the observations of celestial bodies, such as the sun and moon, but from your account, it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a similar manner. I mention this because while Vanna used the final days would recur at a defined point in the future, she presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the Forum's preparations to escape to the moon aligning so closely with the advent of the final days is surely no coincidence. I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the Forum's replacement for the Anti-Tower, though I expect that in time they'll share that too with us, and with Master Matoya, if they've any sense. Phew. I'll admit, bringing up the issue of the Forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about the current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, was when they took Alphana up on his offer. While I very much take issue with the Forum's approach to selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize potential conflicts. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself could become entirely unnecessary. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was, admittedly, thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of commuting with Hydaelyn and reaching Medion, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the arc as a way to work towards the both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it as not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an aether burner actually works before we can attempt to improve it, though.